Once you schedule your installation online or over the phone, Fybercom makes getting wireless fiber internet speeds to your home simple and stress-free. When your technician arrives, they will assess your home to ensure you receive the best installation experience tailored to your unique needs.
Hi, how's it going? Maddie, right?
Yeah.
Sweet, my name's Scotty. I'm with Fybercom. I'm here to get your internet all installed for you. I just need to put a dish up on your roof and run a wire into your house. Where would you like your router to be set up?
I think our house is hardwired for the basement.
Perfect. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real fast.
The first step involves evaluating the wiring in your home to connect your router to the external antenna that receives the internet signal. In some cases like this one, the basement may be the most convenient location for installation.
I think my husband wants it wired right there.
Okay, perfect. So one of these is going to run outside. I can use that to get us to this point, and we'll have your internet just set up right here on this shelf. Do you have a router or do you need to rent one from us?
I need to rent one.
Awesome. Well, I have some with me. We'll go ahead and get it set up. Just let me get everything to this point and then I'll grab you when we're ready to set up your router.
Perfect.
All right, so now that we have our wire, our home run line toned out and labeled here, as you can see, I just used some black tape so I know which one it is. That way I don't get it confused with the internals. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my PoE adapter. And we got a stud here, so I went ahead and mounted it right to the wall so it's nice and neat. I'm gonna go ahead and take that wire and plug it into our PoE port. That way we can get power up to our radio. Now we need our jumper to run up to our router. So we're gonna go ahead and plug that in. Then we got this shelf here, so we're gonna try and make this all pretty for them. Just gonna tuck that up behind there. Now we can hook our router up. Unplug our router in, run our power cable up there. Now, I also spoke to the customer, and her husband's an electrician, so he's went ahead and terminated his internal wiring for his stationary devices throughout the house. So go ahead and route these up as well. I am not quite tall enough to reach up there, so I got a little step stool. Now, we've got our green cable running to our PoE adapter. This is where we're gonna get our LAN connection to get internet. So we're gonna go ahead and go into port 1 of our TP-Link Deco. Go ahead and power that sucker up. And go ahead and set up all their LAN connections for them. Now, while we wait for that to power up, we can go ahead and get the rest of our mess cleaned up, go ahead and get tidied up in here and get the router set up once it's done booting.
Your technician will discuss any specific preferences or requirements you may have and proceed with installing the router and connecting it to the radio. This is a brief visualization of what wiring will look like in this customer's house.
I've got all your wiring figured out. I have a perfect line of sight from my tower just up on this top eave, kind of over above your bedroom over here. Do you have any strict preference on where your radio is mounted? Are you kind of good with whatever?
Perfect, thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Once the radio is installed, the technician will carefully align it with Fybercom's tower to ensure optimal signal reception.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come up on the roof, make sure we can get a line of sight to one of our towers. As you can see, this house already has a radio installed, shooting up to one of our tower sites. Let's say this isn't our equipment and we gotta come up here, activating a new customer. We're gonna go ahead and look around and see if we can find any of our tower sites. So we come up, we look up where it's shooting currently. Do we have a tower up there? If the answer is no, then we gotta scan the rest of the area to try and find a tower site. Once we believe we can physically see a tower location, we're gonna go ahead and take a radio and scan and make sure the signal's within spec. Once the signal's within spec, mount her up, run our wire, get her all hooked up.
After everything is set up, the technician will confirm your connection is working smoothly, ensuring you're fully satisfied before completing the process. We are sure you will enjoy your experience with us. Thanks for choosing Fybercom.